What's up, YouTube? It's your girl D Money, and she back in the building. I don't even know if that's not my intro, is it? Nope, it's not. What's up, y'all? It's your girl Darcy Simone, and I'm back with another video. Yeah, there you go. I know I've been gone for forever, but I'm back, and I'm better, and I got y'all everything. But as y'all can see, you see the t-shirt? Yeah, I made it myself. Yeah, Howard art student coming to you soon. But yes, this is probably the video that you guys all want to see, which is why I transferred from Kentucky to Howard. So the reason I'm making this video is because every time somebody finds out that I transferred, their first question to me is why. It's always why, because everyone knows I was super happy at Kentucky and that Kentucky was my home. So without further ado, I'm gonna get straight into the video. I'm gonna stop stalling. So you guys probably noticed that I'm in a hotel right now, and it's because I'm actually at my family reunion, and before we start our festivities, I wanted to hurry up and film this video for you guys because it's an anticipated video that a lot of people want to know. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer these questions for y'all. So I have all my reasons as to why I transferred in this notebook, so I don't leave anything out. But I want to start off with, first and foremost, clearing this up, that I was very, very happy at UK, and I loved UK. I love the team, I love the coaches, I love the people. Like, it goes as far as our nutritionist to our athletic director to our trainers. Like, we were all one big family. So it has nothing to do with anybody at UK. UK is amazing. I encourage people to go there if that's one of your dream schools, because that's the place to be. I want to first thank everybody at Kentucky, because I would never be the person I am today without the people at Kentucky. Coach Green, Coach Hall, Coach Debbie, Coach Haken, all the coaching staff, all the trainers. Like I said before, I would never be who I am today without them. I would never be where I am today going to Howard on a full ride scholarship without them. So yes, that's first and foremost. The reason why I chose to go to Howard out of all schools is because, for one, it's always, since I was a kid, and if you know me since I've been a kid, it's always been my dream to go to an HBCU. Like, since day one, I've always said I want to go to an HBCU. But my mom told me that, you know, I need to experience what it's like to go to a predominantly white institution, because I grew up with all black kids. Like, every sport I did was all black kids. The school I went to was all black kids. Every coach that I had was black. Like, I've never, with the exception of one, because I did cheer for Stingrays for 1 or 2 years, and I was around a lot of white people back then. But other than that, I haven't interacted with white people before. So my mom was like, it would be a good idea for me to go to a predominantly white institution. And of course, everything at Kentucky, like, my whole recruitment process panned out how it's supposed to anyway. Like, I can't recall being recruited by many HBCUs that I can remember in my head. I don't know, I probably was, but in my head I don't remember. But it's always been my dream to go to a HBCU, and that was my #1 choice. But my mom put it into perspective that, you know, it's always good to see both sides of the spectrum, where you're all black or majority white. And Kentucky is not, it's a PWI, but there's a good amount of black people there as well. Well, moving on to #2, I believe personally that UK was like a stepping stool for me. Like, it was all a part of God's plan. So I had to go to Kentucky to meet the people that I met there. I had to go to Kentucky to have the friends that I had, to encounter the people that I had. Like, the reason I'm as close with God as I am now is because I went to Kentucky, because of the people there are so, like, big on God. Like, everything we do, God is incorporated in it. And this is as far as the people that I was surrounded with, like my coaches and my friends. Like, we're all in tune with God like that. So looking back on it, like, I had to have everything I had at UK in order to be where I am today. Like, I'm gonna keep saying that because that's just a part of it. But that goes back to how I said UK was a stepping stool for me, because I had to go to UK and do everything, and then run the times that I ran, because I didn't run those times in high school. Like, my PR now is 13:10, and I didn't run that in high school. So I don't know if I would be able to get a full ride to Howard without Coach Green and Coach Hall for getting me to that 13:10, and everybody else who got me there, like my nutritionist and trainers, because, you know, it takes a collective, and massage therapists, because it takes a collective to get an athlete to be where they are. So it isn't just the coaches, it isn't just the athlete, it's a whole bunch of people behind the scenes that we don't really talk about, but they're very, very important. Out of all HBCUs, how did I land on Howard? So I landed on Howard, and I'm probably going to sound crazy when I say this, because I don't know how people's faith in God is, or like how they work in the world. But for me personally, I was at SEC championships this year, and I brought it up to my dad and my mom. I was like, I don't think this SEC thing is for me anymore. Like, it was just like I just woke up and felt that way. Like, I know it sounds crazy, but I woke up and felt that way. Like, I never thought about transferring before that day. Like, that day I woke up and was like, I think it's time for me to go. And then the first school that came to mind when I was talking to my dad was Howard University. I don't know why that was the first one to come to mind. Maybe because I saw one of their 400 hurdlers doing really well. That's online at the time, and maybe that's why. But it just was on my heart heavy that Howard was my next stepping stool, and the only way I can explain that is God. Like, I have no other way to explain it. Like I said, I could sound crazy to some people, but that's just how it happened for me. After speaking with my dad about Howard, it just was just, I ended up looking into more HBCUs, because I was like, maybe that, you know, maybe that's just me being crazy and being impulsive. So I went and looked and researched like different HBCUs, like what their athletes were doing after school, how their art program is, because I am going for art. I was an art student at Kentucky, and I'm going to Howard to be an art student as well. And I just looked into all those aspects, and Howard was just the only one that seemed to just perfectly match with everything that I was trying to accomplish. But this is where it gets kind of crazy, because I had the thought in my head, and I spoke to my parents about it. They, in the beginning, they didn't really support it, because I was arguing a full scholarship at Kentucky. So they were like, why would I risk my school being paid for just to try to go to Howard, not knowing if they have money for me? Like, because, you know, universities have money, but you never know, like, because I transferred in June, so you never know how much money they have, because, you know, most of the people commit and sign in November, so you never know how much money schools really have. So they were like, what if they don't have any money for you? And I'm like, I just know that I feel in my heart of hearts that it's time for me to go. Like, I can't explain to you like exactly pinpoint why this is on my heart, but it was, and everything just started to fall into place. Once I made my decision to go to Howard, in my mind, that's when I was just like, okay, I have to do what I gotta do to finish out the season. My season, I didn't have the best season, but it is what it is. You know, you have good seasons, you have good races, bad races, whatever. I waited until after regionals to speak with Coach Green, and I spoke with him the day after we got back, and I told him that I wanted to transfer. And I explained to him why I wanted to transfer. Like, I explained to him that I want to transfer to Howard, and we had a nice conversation. Me and Coach Green, everybody at UK, we're all still very, very close. There's no bad blood. I don't know if people have those experiences where they don't mess with people that they transfer, but I don't want to have that. So I made sure that I spoke with Coach Green, had a nice we spoke for like an hour or two, and I cried. I did cry. I cried multiple times in this process, because it was very scary, because, you know, they're my family, and I'm like separating from them to go to a whole new program, a whole new city, and it's a whole different dynamic. Like, everything is probably going to be totally different, and that was scary for me, but it all ended up working out in the end. So I spoke with Coach Green on a Monday, and then on Tuesday I entered the transfer portal, and I made it to where no other coaches could contact me, because I already knew where I wanted to go. Like, my heart was already at Howard, so I just had to pray on it and make sure they had money and just for me to come. And so I got in the transfer portal on Tuesday. The coach texted me like maybe 10 minutes after I entered the portal, and it went from there. I met with him on Zoom, and then after that, the next day he offered me a full ride, and really now we're here. So yeah. To move on to the school aspect of things, I already mentioned that I'm going to be an art student. One of my goals in life is, it will be my biggest dream to be a successful artist. Like, that's one of my aspirations in life, is to be an artist. And I'm in a phase right now where I don't have a specific medium I like to practice in, which meaning like I don't know if I like fabrics, I don't know if I like painting. I know for a fact I don't like digital art though. I do know that I don't like sitting in front of a computer clicking and doing that all over again, but I don't like that. I don't know if I like drawing, I don't know if I like embroidery. Like, I'm still lost in that, but I do know that I want to be a very successful artist or creative director or creative anything. That's just me. I'm the creative type, and I feel as if at Howard I can grow into that successful Black female artist that I aspire to be. And I personally, this is a personal experience, I personally felt as if I couldn't really get to my full potential at Kentucky as an art student. Now, I could be wrong, I don't know, but that's my personal opinion on how I feel. And I just feel like being in an environment with all Black people, learning about Black artists, and because I know that one thing that stimulates my mind is seeing other Black artists work, because I can relate to it more and I can see it better. And going to PWI, I was the only Black kid in the class. I didn't really relate, well, I didn't relate to any of my classmates' work. And it was just, I just felt like I couldn't reach my full potential in that environment. But I'm not saying the education at UK is not good at all, but I'm just saying the education is great. Somebody's at the door. Okay. What I was saying was the education at UK is not great. It's just, for me personally, the person that I am, in order for me to reach my full potential, I feel as if I need to be around my people that I can relate to, people who have the same face, who have the same look, who dress the same as me. I just feel like that's how it is for me personally. But I did learn a lot of UK. I learned a lot. I am the artist I am today because of UK. So I'm not saying that it's not a good education, because if you want to major in art at UK, that's a great major to pick because the education is great. But for me personally, like I said, to grow as a Black artist, I felt as if I need to be around people that look like me and that I can relate to personally. So I think the final reason to wrap up this video as to why I chose to go to Howard is because I felt as if I can thrive not only as an artist but also on the track. So Coach Oliver is the head coach at Howard, and he's also the hurdle coach, and I've seen what he's done with athletes. Like, I've seen what the times that they came into college with and what they ended up running. Like, I see the stuff that he's developing at that program, and I want to be a part of that. Like, I want to be a part of a school that's up and coming and making a name for themselves on the track, and I want to be a part of a winning team. And I'm not saying that Kentucky's not a winning team. I'm saying that I want to be a part of Howard's up and coming winning team. I don't know too much history about Howard's track and field. I haven't really done my research that far, but I have done it in the recent years, and I've seen what his athletes are doing and what he's producing and what he's done in the past, and I just feel as if I can thrive in that type of environment as well. So I'm very excited for that. I think it's kind of a completely different training, what am I trying to say? It's a completely different training cycle than what I did at Kentucky, because at Kentucky I was kind of more on the 400 side, and going to Howard I'll be a straight sprinter. So I feel as if I'm gonna thrive there. And yeah, they have a great program, and we're gonna make some history this year. We're gonna do our thing, period, point blank. That is the reason why I transferred from UK to the Howard University. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Upcoming on this channel is going to be completely lifestyle. So it's going to be about day in the life of a Howard athlete, day in the life of a Howard track athlete slash artist, because you know those are two different things you gotta juggle. Just day in the life, what I do in DC, because you know DC is a whole different thing than Kentucky. It's a much big larger city and a lot more things to do. I won't get distracted, but I will be posting more about that. And yeah, and I also do a lot of traveling, so I'll probably record all my traveling stuff. Like right now I'm in a hotel, next week I'll be in a hotel, and that's what you can expect from this channel. And I hope you guys tune back in. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting me, and I love all you guys so much, and see you in the next video. Bye.